talk, yo. Say it like you mean it. Real talk, yo. We feel it, we redeem it. Real talk, yo. For the ones who need a voice. Real talk, yo. Baby, this is your choice. Real talk, yo, 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 yo. Oh.
Hey y'all, welcome back to
Real
y'all.
talk,
This
yo.
episode was supposed to be recorded and posted already, but mommy duties and life had other plans this week. But honestly, that fits this podcast perfectly because Real Talk Yo is about showing up as my real self, not as a perfect one. This episode is called I Went Back to Work, but I Wasn't Okay. And if I'm being real, this episode took a lot out of me even to just record. Because for a long time I stayed quiet about what I was really going through. The grief, the depression, the anxiety, the burnout, the pressure to just keep functioning when I was falling apart. But I started this podcast because I'm tired of pretending. Losing my mom changed me, and I don't mean just emotionally. It changed how I see life, work, people, relationships, everything. I realized there are so many people out there barely holding it together, but still showing up every day like they're okay. That was me. After my mom passed away, I went right back to work. I mean, immediately. Back to taking meetings, back to searching and checking emails, back to fixing problems, back to acting normal. And honestly, I thought that was what strength was supposed to look like. But the whole time, I was mentally checked out. I was exhausted, emotionally numb, forgetful, overwhelmed. I wasn't as sharp anymore. I missed things. I struggled to focus. And for somebody like me, that was hard because I've always been the dependable person. I've worked since I was 13 years old, never been fired, always handled my responsibilities. So going from that to feeling like I couldn't even recognize myself mentally anymore, that messed up me badly. And honestly, I think that I just kept going because I thought I was supposed to. As a Black woman, that's what we're taught to do. Be strong, handle it, figure it out, push through. So that's what I did. I ignored my grief because I felt like I didn't have the space to fall apart publicly. People kept telling me how strong I was, and the whole time, I was drowning internally. Now, I do want to say this, and I don't want to bash anybody, but honestly, I think that my boss didn't fully know how to support me dealing with grief that deep. And to his credit, he did admit that early on, but I still felt unsupported. I walked into a department that had already had issues before I got there. There were problems way bigger than me that already existed. But while trying to fix those things, I was drowning mentally and emotionally in grief. And eventually everything caught up with me. My therapist told me to take time off. My psychiatrist told me to take time off. I ignored both of them because in my mind, slowing down felt weak. I thought surviving meant staying productive until eventually my body and my mind basically forced me to stop. So I decided to take a 30-day leave because mentally I was exhausted. And while I was on leave, I found out I was pregnant with my baby boy. So now I'm grieving my mom, mentally overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and preparing for a baby at the same time. When I came back to work, I really tried to lock back in, and honestly, I was proud after returning because my department passed an audit. But despite that, I decided that I needed to take a day off before my mom's first heavenly birthday. And that day before, I was let go. Was it a coincidence? Maybe. Was it perfect timing? Absolutely not. First my mom, then my peace, then my confidence, then my stability, then my job. And losing my job during that season completely changed my life. For the first time, I felt like I had no control over my life. We had to pull my daughter out of daycare and preschool because we couldn't financially afford it anymore. And to this day, I've applied for over 1,000 jobs. 1,000. 5 phone interviews, 4 first round interviews, 2 second round interviews, and still No job after 10 months. And let me tell you about the rejection. The rejection when you're grieving makes you question everything, your worth, your abilities, everything. And since this is Mental Health Awareness Month, I really want to talk about the part people don't see. Because mental health struggles don't always look like somebody crying in public, y'all. Sometimes it looks like somebody that's still just making things go, still smiling, still showing up for work, still helping everyone else. But secretly, they're just trying to survive. And I know I'm not the only one who's lived that. Now, eventually, I probably will go into my termination deeper, but grief absolutely impacted me. There were issues happening that were way bigger than me, that were outside of my control. But for today, I really just wanted to focus on the human side of grief because grief doesn't just make you cry. It changes how your mind functions. It changes how you focus. It changes your motivation, your identity. And I spent so much time trying to prove that I could get through it while grieving that I didn't give myself permission to grieve. And I'm finally learning that healing starts from within. So if you're listening to this and you're struggling, grieving, you're overwhelmed, you're exhausted, and you're doing all of this in private, I want you to know you're not weak, you're not failing, and you're definitely not alone. This is
Real talk, y'all.
Until next time, stay grounded, stay honest, and protect your peace.
Welcome in, pulling near. Real life, real tears, real here. No mask on, no pretty light. Just truth in the room tonight. We talk it out, we let it breathe. What hurts, what heals, what keeps. For my sisters, for the crowd. Say it so, say it loud. Love. If your heart been heavy lately, come sit down and stay with me. We gon' hold what's hard together and still find a way to be. Real talk, yo. Say it like you mean it. Real talk, yo. We feel it, we redeem it. Real talk, yo. For the ones who need a voice. Real talk, yo. Baby, this is your choice. Real talk, yo, 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 yo. Oh. Love and loss and starting over. Joy can hit like rain or something. I tell the truth, I keep it plain. No hiding all the joy or pain. For the women who carry too much, for the ones still learning trust. For anybody who just might know, this is where the real ones go. If your heart been heavy lately, oh, come sit down and stay with me. We gon' hold what's hard together, and still find a way to be. Real talk, yo, yeah. Say it like you mean it. Real talk, yo. We feel it, we redeem it. Real talk, yo. For the ones who need a voice. Real talk, yo. Baby, this is your choice. Real talk, yo. No pretending, no perfume. Just the truth inside this room. If you cried and still showed up, you belong here, you're in the real talk, yo. Say it like you mean it. Real talk, yo. We feel it, we redeem it. Real talk, yo. For the ones who need a voice. Real talk, yo. Baby, this is your choice. Real talk, yo, 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 yo. Come on in and let it show. Real talk, yo. Real talk.